Hi, relax. I got my first aid certificate last week. Relax. I got my BSL level 2 last week.
When can you use your BSL for interpreting? It's an important question to ask, as BSL learners often get asked to help out in the absence of an interpreter. A surgeon requires formal training, recognised qualifications, and registration to carry out their work safely. And so do sign language interpreters. BSL Bridge has teamed up with ASLI's future professionals to clearly explain the route to registration. There are 3 relevant organisations along the route. Number 1, the awarding bodies, Signature, IBSL, approved undergraduate and postgraduate course providers. All offer language and interpreting qualifications at levels 1 to 6 or equivalent. Number 2, NRCPD, the National Registers of Communication Professionals working with deaf and deafblind people. There are other registers, but the majority of interpreters register with the NRCPD. Number 3, membership organisations. ASLI is one example. There are other membership organisations. The Association of Sign Language Interpreters exists to promote good standards in sign language interpreting and supports fellow professionals as training and working interpreters. ASLI is not an alternative to any interpreting register, but its members may be registered or regulated interpreters with the NRCPD, or ASLI in Scotland.
So what do I need to do to get registered?
You'll need all your BSL language qualifications first. Signature and IBSL levels 1 to 6 are all accredited BSL language qualifications for conversational purposes only. They are not interpreting qualifications. Next, you'll need to study and pass a recognised interpreting qualification. MVQ Level 6 Diploma in Sign Language Interpreting, or an undergraduate, postgraduate, or the ASLI qualification. To register as an interpreter, you must only undertake the courses which have been approved by the NRCPD as meeting the National Occupational Standards for Interpreting. Copy the link to see the list of approved courses. Keep checking as it's updated regularly. Undertaking and completion of some of these courses results in Regulated Trainee Interpreter status, TSLI. TSLIs can be identified by their blue ID badge. Regulated TSLI status is the earliest point that some types of interpreting work can be carried out. TSLIs are not permitted to work in assignments of a legal, mental health, or child protection nature, as those assignments are regarded as high risk and complex and require a fully qualified and experienced interpreter. All interpreters must have an up-to-date DBS check, professional indemnity insurance, PII, and follow a strict code of conduct. TSLIs can join ASLI at this point as an associate member. One of the benefits of membership is ASLI's PII cover. Some of the courses will culminate directly in qualified status, but to work as an interpreter requires registration. Registered Sign Language Interpreters are known as RSLIs. RSLIs can be identified by their yellow ID badge. They can join ASLI as a full member. Registration requires RSLIs to complete continuous professional development. Deaf people can undertake an undergraduate or postgraduate route to train as registered translators, and they are known as RSLTs. They can also be identified by their yellow ID badge and join ASLI as full members. Completion of the route means that RSLIs and RSLTs have been assessed as meeting the minimum level of competence in interpreting. Anyone below RSLI status is not considered competent at interpreting. TSLIs are aiming for this standard. At 2016, there are nearly 1,000 registered interpreters. Going from 0 to ASLI takes a minimum of 7 years. Training is self-funded and many things can elongate this training period. Our surgeon must undergo 9 years of training before specialising. Off you go. It could easily take this long to train to be an interpreter.
Okay, so now I know I have a long way to go before I can register. So what do I say when people ask me to help with signing because they can't find an interpreter or can't afford one?
Say no thank you to interpreting work, even if you really want to help out. Remember, you wouldn't operate on someone without the appropriate training, qualifications, and registration. Providers of goods and services have a duty under the Equality Act to make a reasonable adjustment. And they can do this by searching the NRCPD register to find interpreters. Signpost inquirers to the NRCPD website. Get yourself on an approved language and interpreting course by using the link provided for the NRCPD website. Find one that suits you. Off you go! Share this video and look out for more videos from BSL Bridge with the ASLI Future Professionals. Good luck with your training!